Welcome, welcome. I'm very excited to be here today to share with you an empowerment practice that I do. My name is Tracy Stoppard, and just a little profile on myself. I'm a wife of 30 plus years, very happily, and I have 2 children and 4 beautiful grandbabies. So over this time, I've gathered a lot of information, qualifications, experiences and ideas that I'd love to share with other women in particular. Women empowerment is my focus and what I love to teach, and that's just sharing these ideas to help women in their daily lives. Yep. So today I'd like to share with you some basics and some ideas on meditation. So why do we meditate? What I found was, I'll just tell you a little story, if you like, about myself with meditation. So I've been meditating sporadically for a long time, and sporadically is the word. So I would, I'd go to meditation maybe once a week. I'd do a group, and then I would do some guided meditations, but it wasn't like a consistent meditation time. So meditation for me now is an essential practice. It is a not negotiable. It is something that I do every single morning. So, and what I've found is what that gives me. So before I was meditating consistently, what I found was in the mornings, if I hadn't done it, I would become sometimes a bit flustered, a bit stressed. There would be anxiety sometimes with things that were being organised, that needed to be done and organised, and anxiety for the outcomes of it, and just basically the uncertainty of things. So what I always do is do it in the mornings, and what it does is it tends to give you less distraction by doing it early in the morning. So if you have children or husbands, partners, all this, pets within your life, doing something nice and early is often before everybody gets up. So there's a couple of reasons for that. One, it's quieter, generally speaking, it will be. And also, it doesn't give your thoughts the momentum to slow it down, because meditation is really quietening the mind. And I know that's easier said than done, isn't it? Absolutely. So before I get into the crux of it all, what I'd like to suggest to you is you set the scene. So your oils. Oils are very important. Your essential oils, I use them in every daily practice that I do, essential practice. So, and again with meditation, it can really make it very powerful and amplify it. So I'm sure you all have your own favorite oils, and there's no one oil that's particularly better than others. I like balance. Balance is my favorite for meditation. Frankincense is another good one that I like. And I use that in the diffuser. So I set the scene, I have it all ready. So everything's like a path of least resistance. It's sitting there ready to go. And I also put it on the bottom of my feet before I start. So, there's a lot of blends and a lot of different oils that you can use for meditation. It really is personal preference, right from lavender, clary calm, bergamot, past tense. There's just a few. I'd love for you to pop in the comments below what you use if you do a meditation, or what oil that you could use for meditation if you don't meditate now. And really it's just about calming. It's about calming and balance and harmony. Yeah. So whatever your favorite one is great. So let's get into it. So like I did say, early morning is best, because your mind hasn't amped up with all these thoughts, because that's what we want to quiet. So I would also find yourself a very comfortable seating position. So some people like to sit on the floor and they're very comfortable there, cross-legged perhaps, with no backrest. I like personally to sit really relaxed for me. So I sit in a chair that my legs fit well, if that makes sense, so that my feet are flat on the floor. I also don't ever wear any rubber soles when I'm meditating, because you're disconnected then from the earth. So I'll either wear like moccasins, or I'll wrap my feet in blankies, or have some socks on is nice, and then you have your feet planted firmly on the floor. So you get yourself, you've got a nice comfortable clothing and you're nice and comfortable. Close your eyes is what I find. So these are all ideas for you to try. A lot of you may already meditate, but you might pick up something that can help you. I always wear a mask as well, because I find for myself that light can be distracting. So I pop my mask on. I play music that is quite monotonous. So just like a non-nothing sort of music, yeah. And I also, you can also have like an air conditioner going, or a fan or a heater or something like that has that woo little droning noise. So it's just nice and monotonous, yeah. So sometimes I'll use a crystal as well, and that's just like for amplification. And I'll have that resting in my palms in my lap, and generally speaking, my thumbs touching. But everybody is different, and often sometimes you'll read or talk, or somebody else uses like fingers and things like that. So this is just basics. This is just a basic meditation. So you've got the music going, you've got the oils diffused, close your eyes, you have your mask on, and I want you just to focus on your breathing. So filling up and feeling your tummy expand with your breath, because often we don't use our full breath. We just use our chest. So as soon as we use our belly and have a nice deep breathing, we're indicating to the mind that we're safe. Okay. So nice, full, deep breath. There's a number of ways that you can give your left side of your brain something to think about. You can get them to count to 4, breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then out, 2, 3, 4. You can also just say the words in and out. You might like to say filling up, 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 letting go, 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 go. So whatever you would like to use, but by giving your mind something to do, it also helps to stop it monkey minding around. Because what you'll find is our minds, our brains are a muscle, and by training your mind to keep coming back to your breathing, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Some days are better than others as well, I have to say, of course. And if you've never done it before, I would even just like set an alarm for 5 minutes, 5 to 15 minutes to begin with. And as you proceed with it and you are consistent with it, you'll find you'll want to stay there longer. It's a beautiful feeling to be really being in the now, being a human being, not a human doing. So, taking your breath, just at your pace, nice full breathing. And when you have a thought that comes into your mind, I don't want you to get cross with yourself. I want you to acknowledge it and to label it. So say I'm breathing, and then I think of, oh my goodness, I need to make sure I get carrots today. So what you do is you step back from that and you observe that thought and you label it. So you go, oh, that's thinking. So that's thinking, thinking, thinking. And then you might like to imagine that there's a river and that just takes that thought away. And then bring your thoughts back to your breathing and your focus. If you work with angels, that's another way. You can ask the angels to take that thought and remind you of it again later. That also goes for if you might have an itch that happens when you're sitting there, because your brain will fight you. It doesn't want you just to sit. It's all about feeling safe. So it will bring you resistance to actually sitting still for this time. So if you feel an itch, or it might be a tickle, or it might be an ache, or whatever it is, a physical sensation, again, just label it, observe it, go, that's a feeling, a feeling, a feeling. And then you allow it just to pass. Let it to flow down the river and let it go. If it becomes insatiable and you can't let it go, then again, practice observing it and label each thing that you do so that you're still in the now. So instead of just like shifting and getting right, label it. So you go, leaning forward, moving my weight, and relaxing back. And then continue. Bring your focus back on your breathing. You will find that you will adapt very quickly. It's quite amazing if you consistently train your mind to do those things. It will become easier and easier. It actually will. And the benefits are wonderful, really are wonderful, because you can use that from day to day, like during the day as well. So if you have a stressful time, I'm just going to use work as an example. So when I was working as a hairdresser, it used to get crazy busy, absolutely crazy busy. And so many people were in and being timed, and it was just insane. So your brain is just, oh. So if you ever find when you're in a workplace or anywhere you're finding it just overpowering, this feeling, go to the toilet. I know that just seems like a bit strange, but it's your own little room and you can sit, even if it's for 30 seconds. Nobody complains about you going to the toilet. So you go to the toilet and you sit and you breathe. So you bring your awareness into your heart and you pretend to breathe through your heart. So this is what I do when I'm meditating. So even though I'm feeling my tummy expand, I'm bringing my focus into my heart space. And you just pretend, you just imagine that you're breathing through your heart. And by doing this during your busy day, when you're sitting on the loo, what it'll do is it'll bring your energy back and bring it back into your center line. Brings you back into clarity, and it makes you feel safe, and it allows you just to move forward again calmly. Try it. It works very well. It's just a really good practice to bring into your life all through the day. But the initial one I find really important is first thing in the morning. So I think I've covered pretty much everything just on the basics with your meditation. I have an empowerment page, which this is on as well already. I know that. So I'm doing a 5 daily rituals to empowerment. So meditation is the first one. And then I have yoga or stretching. I have feeding my body, and exercise is another one, and dancing and music. So I look forward to sharing the next few ideas with you on our journey. Have a happy, happy day, happy evening, happy night, wherever it is that you are right now on your adventure of life. And may the force be with you.